I went to every store I could find and bought their worst rated items. Let's go to the first store. The first place we're at is Dollar Tree, so let's go inside and see what their worst rated items are. All right, so the first item we're gonna be getting is this Salisbury steak right here. This is rated 1 star, so let's go see what other worst rated items we can find here. All right, so our next item is this bubble blower, and supposedly the batteries here are terrible, so we're gonna be getting this to put some batteries here and then test how long it lasts. Let's go get the batteries. The worst rated batteries here are these AA circuit batteries, so let's go ahead and review them. All right, so the first store we're gonna review the worst rated items from is Dollar Store. So right here, let's start off with the Salisbury steak. There wasn't a review for this specific one, but there was one that was just like it. It says, this was disgusting. I don't even know why I bought this. I usually shop at Whole Foods, but I was just curious to see what this was. I wasn't planning on eating this, but when I opened the package, it was slimy and the meat smelled rotten. So overall, I think this looked like barf. And they said, no, I don't recommend this product. So let's go ahead and cook this and try it. All right, so while that cooks, we'll go ahead and rate these batteries that were rated really low. And to test them, we have to have something to power it. So we're going to be testing this bubble blower, and this was also rated really low. I think it was 1 star. People are saying things about these batteries, like my boyfriend put the batteries in his controller at 11 p.m. and his controller died and had to put new ones in at 2 a.m. They only lasted 3 hours, which is not helpful at all because he would literally play the game for hours on end. And then they said, no, I don't recommend this product. But we have Sarah here saying, I love buying batteries there, much cheaper than other stores. So, and then she said, no, I don't recommend this product after saying that. So let's go ahead and test them. Oh, for this thing also, the reviews are saying things like, this was a waste of money. It doesn't blow properly, so the bubbles just build up on it. No, I don't recommend this product.
I can see that from this.
So let's go ahead and put batteries in it and see how good the batteries are and see how good this bubble blower is. That thing spins so slowly. How do we do this?
I think you just pour it through there.
Let's go ahead and put like a drop of soap in there. Turn it on. And let's see how this works.
Is it doing anything?
Oh, small bubble. Oh. Okay, 1 bubble, 2 bubbles. Hold on. Maybe that review was lying. Maybe they just had a bad experience. So to test these batteries, we're just going to leave this running in the background for a while. Oh, we're getting a lot of bubbles now. So let's just leave this in the background and let it run the whole time, and we'll see if it dies. Editor Corbin here. It has been over 3 hours, and this little thing is still going. So I think the batteries might be a little better than we anticipated, but let's get back to the video. All right, so here we have the Salisbury steak with potatoes.
Smells pretty good. Oh my god, that
it
looks
smells
awful.
good, and this is what it looks like inside. It looks like we're gonna get some diseases or something. I really don't know.
Where's the meat?
The steak's right here. It just looks like a beef patty. If I flip it over, you can see it. Like maybe a hamburger patty or something that was found in the back of like a McDonald's. But get a tiny piece of this steak here with the potatoes.
You know, it smells pretty good. I'm not gonna
lie. It does
lie.
smell good, but it does not look good. Let's go ahead and give us a try.
Wow.
The steak. That steak is like pudding. There's nothing at all. It's just creamy like pudding. I think I see why it's reviewed a 1 star. Like, that definitely deserves a 1 star. What do you think?
That is for sure 1 star. A good way to say it is like, it's like Jello, and you're biting into the Jello. It has that texture to it.
So I see why that is rated 1 star. I don't know about the bubble thing yet. It's still going. The bubble thing, I don't think the bubble machine deserves 1 star. But the batteries, I guess we'll have to see. But let's go ahead and move to Target now and see how their worst rated items work. So the next place we have here is Target. So let's go see what their worst rated items are, and let's go. Okay, so our first item from Target is this lemon basil rice. It's rated 3.8 stars. They don't have that many low rated items here, honestly, but let's go ahead and get this as our first item and see what other items they have. So our next item for Target is this dill-worthy paper towels.
Supposedly they're really thin and suck at picking stuff up. So,
all right, our first item from Target is this lemon basil rice. It's rated 3.8 stars, so not terrible, but there's not a lot of bad rated stuff there. So it's one of the worst rated items I could find. Some of the reviews, Kristen says, this tastes and smells like a petting zoo. Duchesne says, awful smell and taste. This rice smelled absolutely terrible, like sweaty, dirty feet. The taste was just as bad. I tried to power through a few bites, but I couldn't finish it and ended up throwing the rest away. Definitely wouldn't buy again. And then we have the wild one. Easy addition to dinner time. Picky toddler loved it. Taste 5 out of 5. Quality 5 out of 5. And value 5 out of 5. So let's see if it really deserves to be one of the worst rated items at Target. And while this is cooking, let's go ahead and try our other item from Target. All right, so our next item from Target is these Deal-worthy 2-count make-a-size paper towels. These weren't rated that great. One review from Jan says, real cheap, not absorbent. Very thin, very low absorption. Have to hold in such a way to release a sheet from roll, or it'll rip in half trying to release from perforation. Then we have Keringer. How do you even say that name? Anyways, she says, he or she says, useless. The minute I pull the paper towel off to dry my hands, it's already soaked all the way through, and it doesn't dry my hands. I've had to use three times the towel I normally use with better brands. And then we have Good for the Tummy, saying soapy good, lover of sap, 5 stars. So let's go ahead and grab one of these out real quick. And I guess to test them, we gotta, oh no, oh no. And then we're gonna go ahead and, so already off to a bad start. It's just ripping down the middle. Let's see if it really tears down the middle when you try to grab it.
There it goes.
Oh, all over the floor. Okay, it did tear on the perforation. Let's go ahead and try patting this down. It's just, I don't know how to show you guys this. It's just kind of smearing this all over the table. Oh, it's just pushing it everywhere. It is not absorbing anything at all. This thing is barely wet at all.
Oh, what the?
It's not absorbing much. We're just smearing a big mess all over this table. I think I get why it's not the best reviewed item. It was only $1.49 for 2 of them, but yeah, I definitely see why that's one of the worst rated items at Target. But I guess we should try our rice now and see if that deserves the hate it's getting. All right, so we got our rice here, and our table is still pretty soaked in water. That is hot, but we still got water all over our table. Those paper towels are pretty terrible. Anyways, supposedly it smells like a petting zoo.
Can I also say like feet or something?
Yeah, it smells like dirty feet. It kind of just smells like spices to me.
Oh my god, that's a hell of spices.
Maybe one too many spices in here. They don't smell like dirty feet to me, just really filled with spices. Definitely doesn't look that great.
It's sticky.
It is pretty sticky. Oh, tiny little bite right here. Huge bite right there. Let's go ahead and try it. I don't like that.
There's like no flavor but flavor.
Yeah. It's like the most bland rice I've ever tasted mixed with the most spice-filled rice I've ever tasted. I don't think it deserves to be considered one of the worst items at Target, but I don't think it should be up there.
It's not terrible.
It's pretty bland, though.
It no flavor at all.
You definitely would need to add stuff with this, like on the side, to be able to make it enjoyable. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Walmart now. All right, so our third and final place is Walmart. So let's go see what their worst rated items are and then go back and test them all. Okay, so the first item we're gonna get here at Walmart is this vanilla latte protein drink. And it's in the clearance section. We had to come here because they don't have a lot of low rated items here. But let's go see if we can find one more item. So the last item we're gonna be getting is this meatloaf with mashed potatoes. I don't even know what it's ranked, but it just looks gross. So let's go ahead and check out and then test the items. All right, the last place we're gonna be reviewing the worst rated items from is gonna be Walmart. So obviously we had our coffee here. and then we had our meatloaf.
Yeah, right.
The reviews on this meatloaf, Luis says, 1 star by the way. The only reason I ate it was because I was hungry and I don't like to waste money. I will never buy these again. And then we have James here, top reviewer. He says, yuck, yuck, yuck. How dare you put this mess on your shelves, Walmart? This product was the worst junk I've ever tasted. First off, the sauce was nothing but colored water with maybe a little tomato paste. Utterly nasty. Second, the pasta was hard and rubbery with no taste. The fake mozzarella was terrible. The one small piece of meat was tasteless, just like the entire so-called meal. I will ask for a refund. Minus 5 stars. After these horrible bites, I had enough. No quality whatsoever. I cannot show what it looks like since I tossed it day before yesterday. James has a lot to say about this, so
Sounds promising.
we'll see if it lives up to what he's all this hate. And we have Elcat, 5 stars. This meatloaf is very good. So very contradicting each other right there. Let's go ahead and get this cooking, and while it's cooking, we can review our Super Protein Plus coffee. All right, so right here we have our $1 Super Coffee Protein Plus Vanilla Latte. There was no reviews on this, and so I guess we'll just have to see for ourselves. But it was on the clearance for $1, so obviously people don't want it. Let's go ahead and shake this up.
Coffee.
Smells exactly just like coffee. That's actually really good.
Is it? Huh.
You don't like it?
No, it's not bad. I hate coffee, but like this is actually like mixed well.
I'm actually surprised for $1. You're getting 25 grams of protein, and I actually really like the taste of it. Obviously, there's no rating, so I guess we'll be the first to rate it. I would give this a solid 4 stars.
4 stars out of 5.
You know, you really can't go wrong with that. You know, you won't ever see a protein drink really for $1 and have it actually taste pretty good. So let's go ahead and get to the very last item of this, which was the worst rated and looking item I could find at Walmart, because there really wasn't that many low rated items, which is the meatloaf. So let's go ahead and get into it. The very last item we're reviewing is this meatloaf from Walmart. It's the Great Value brand, Walmart's brand. It actually smells and looks pretty good in my opinion.
Looks better than the Dollar Tree one.
Yeah, that Dollar Tree one is just I don't even know. Let's get us a little mix here.
Let's try the potatoes.
These do look pretty good in my opinion, but that taste exactly like a baked potato with no seasoning, no butter, no nothing.
Can't really go wrong with potatoes though, but yeah, there's no seasoning to it.
Let's go ahead and try this meatloaf now. Kind of burnt around the edges and a little. Hold on, just cutting it seems pretty rubbery.
Okay.
All right, let's try it. Ready?
All right, cheers. A really hard piece I have.
I don't know if I like it or if I hate it.
It was honestly pretty good. I'm a rating it out of 3 out of 5 stars. Give it a half rating.
I'll probably give it the same thing, you know. I don't think it deserves to be one of the worst items at Walmart. Again, we kind of chose it out because there wasn't that many bad ranked items that we could find.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
But all in all, I think we do have a winner of what the worst item is. The winner of the worst item is definitely the Salisbury steak from the dollar store. Yet again, here it is in all its glory. It looks like absolute garbage, and that's kind of what it is. There's many other options out there for the same exact price to get better food. But
like this meatloaf.
anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.